How was your last week?
Um, what did I do? It's just all blended now. I got a new graphics card yesterday.
You did, and not because, not by choice.
No, I woke up normal time, 6 a.m. Laid in bed till about 6:30, quarter to 7. Sun comes in,
Mm.
says, "What's up?" I get up, I take a shower. I had some voiceover work to do, so I went downstairs into the what I use as the vocal room, is the podcast room
Yeah.
because it's relatively treated. So I go in there, I do the voiceover, and I was getting towards the end of it. I was getting ready to just edit the voiceover, and I was like, all right, let me go over to the computer and queue up. Just jump in queue. I go into there. First, I go in the cat's room, feed the cats, come in here, open up the window. It was nice. And then I click the power button, and I'm looking up at the computer monitor, and nothing's going on. I'm like, did I click the button? So I go look down there, and I go and click it again. And all I hear is a click. And I'm like, okay, I click it again. And I go, okay, well, maybe it's unplugged. So I go down to the UPS and nope, it's plugged in. So I go, I'm going to try a different UPS plug. Try it, click it. Nope, nothing. Okay. All right. Let me try it in a whole new socket. Put it in a socket, click it. Nope, nothing. So, okay. It's starting to get a little weird. So I go in the back of the PC and I turn off that little power switch and put it back on. I make sure that the power cord is in the PSU.
Mm-hmm.
And click it again, nothing. I go, okay, this ain't good. This is not good. I mean, there is. So on the back of the motherboard, there's the yellow lights and stuff that are coming on, but the computer itself is just not turning on.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm going, okay. So I unplug everything and I tweet out, hey, this is what's going on. People will give some suggestions. So I go, okay.
Mm.
So I take out one stick of RAM. I try and turn it on. Nothing. I put that one back in. I take out the other stick. I try and turn it on. Nothing. So I put that one back in. And then I decide what I do is I just unplugged the GPU.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like just the power cables? You didn't haul just the power cables, yeah.
Just the power cables. And I turn the computer on.
Mm.
And the computer turns on. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So something to do with the GPU. So I'm like, okay, well, I immediately turn the computer off. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe the connector or something was all messed up in the computer. I don't know. So I plug the connector back in. I turn it on. Nothing. I'm like, okay, it's got to be the GPU. So I plug it out again. I turn it on. Next thing you know, there's smoke coming out from the graphics card. Literal smoke, and it smells like burnt, like fried burning. I panic immediately because I'm like, oh my God, my fucking computer is burning right now. Right. And it's coming from the GPU. Like it's coming from in where the fans are and the coils and stuff are. So I turn it on. I rip the fucking thing out of there and I'm looking at it. It smells like dog shit. And I'm like, my graphics card is fried. So I'm like, okay, I need to get a new graphics card. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just grab another 1080 or something that's just a little bit better.
No, bro.
For now. So I'm looking up what places are open. Everything is fucking closed. I can't get it. I even call the Canada Computers. I call everywhere. Everywhere's closed. So then I go on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji, Craigslist. I'm seeing who's selling graphics card. Nothing. So I'm like, okay, fuck. So I call up the local place, and they're open, and I'm like, hey man, pretty sure my graphics card just died. He's like, are you sure it's your graphics card? I'm like, yeah, it was smoking, and it smells like burning. He's like, yep, your graphics card is toast. So I said, hey, what graphics cards do you have that's a 1080 equivalent or better? He said, well, we just sold our last 2070s, and we have a 1660. We have 2 of those, and we have 3 2080 Ti's, 3 of these. And he goes, unfortunately, I don't think I can sell you one because a gentleman wants to buy all 3, and he's coming by to pick them up. I was like, all right, well, can you get can you get me anything else? He's like, well, I can make a few phone calls and see what I can pull. And then there was a guy on the other end, like it might have been his boss or something. I don't know. And he was saying something in the background. And he goes, oh, you know what? Yeah. You know what? We'll sell you one of them if you want one. I was like, okay, well, can you get me any other ones? Like, can you get me a 2070? Can you get me like something? So I said, how much is it? He said, it's $1,799. I said, can you get me anything that's not this? And he said, unfortunately, no. And if you want something, it's going to take probably Tuesday, sometime next week. And I needed to stream. Like, I can't not work. And I knew the graphics card. I went over to the fucking PC that we have for the podcast. I'm like, this ain't going to fly.
It's a 1650 in that one.
Yeah. So I'm like, I said, fuck it. I'm coming down to get it because I just wanted to go buy it before the dude showed up and bought all three of them. So I just beeline it down there, and well, now this is the graphics card in here. It's the 2080 Ti Turbo OC, and $2,060 taxes in.
Hasn't come down a lot from when I bought my 2080 Ti. The price has not changed much.
No. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Nothing I can do about it. I needed a graphics card. And worst case scenario, I don't have to buy a graphics card for a very long time. So
yeah, you're good for a hot minute, bro. Especially since you're still rocking 1080p. You are literally
I'm golden.
Never going to need another graphics card for the rest of your life. If you stay 1080p, it will never need it. Ever.
Yeah. So that was pretty much the highlight of my, when I say highlight, I mean it was a part of my week.
That was unfortunate. I was surprised though. I mean, it's not super common for a graphics card to just fucking die.
Blow up? Yeah.
And it sounded like a capacitor blew on it or some shit. Which normally only happens if the card overheats for long periods of time.
Yeah. Like nothing out of the norm happened. The night before, I just turned off my stream, shut down the PC. I shut down my computer every night.
Yeah.
And then when I came here in the morning to turn it on, it just wouldn't turn on.
Yeah, short of it getting like a massive electric spike and popping capacitors and shit from that, there's very little that would cause it to do that other than like age. But the age, it's not like it was that old or worked that hard. And you have a P2 EVGA Platinum power supply.
1,000 watts.
So the power that the card is getting is about as good as you can hope for. And then the motherboard is basically the best motherboard that money can buy right now. So like the delivery for everything, so it's very strange. So yeah, just one of those things. I know, like when I got my 2080 Ti, it was a similar thing where my 980 Ti blew up on me, but that was because my power supply shorted and took out. Or no, not my power supply. The motherboard fucked up, and then it took out the graphics card at the same time.
Rip.
And so, crazy. But there you go. Well, you got it. You're good for a long time.
There it is.
You're not gonna need a graphics card for a hot minute.
No, I'm good.
You're good. How's it been treating you? You probably got better frames. Everywhere.
A little bit better it's a little bit better frames while I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto.
Well, at this point, you're going to be bottlenecked by your CPU more than you will be by your GPU now. Like, if you have a 3700, right? We put in that thing. There's some games where it will bottleneck the graphics card because the graphics card's too much for the CPU, especially at 1080p. If you were playing like 1440 or something, then you're maxing her out. But yeah, that's just too funny. Yeah, my week was different hardware issues. So when I did the Final Fantasy VII remake review, and I was playing the game, you know, I have it set up so I'm streaming, but I can then record raw video for the video review itself, right? Because you don't want to, if you can avoid it, you don't want to use stream footage.
Yeah.
Because it will get re-encoded again on YouTube. It's just going to look like fucking dog shit. So, and then the other thing the thing that I had set up was, the second capture card software, the flashback feature, this is the Elgato 4K. The flashback feature allows you to basically set a time limit. It's a really good feature. Set a time limit that it will constantly record, like the footage that's being sent to it onto a disc. And then once it hits that limit, it overwrites, like it's almost like a
The old
buffer.
stuff.
Yeah. And what it means is that you can like just scroll back and then choose chunks to actually save. So like in the past when I was doing reviews, I'd have like, if I played a game like this one and it was like fucking 60 hours, it's 60 hours of full raw video. Just like you need like 17 trillion fucking hard drives to keep it all. And you'd have to comb through all that video because you don't need all that shit for the review. There's a lot of just like dead footage. So this is super useful. Unfortunately, that flashback feature, broken as hell. And so I lost a whole bunch of video footage for the Final Fantasy VII review because it was all busted up from an update. And I was hoping that by the time we were done the review and everything and they had more updates, which they did, they had a firmware and a software update that it would fix it, but it didn't. And it's still a problem. And so I messaged them, and unfortunately they're inundated with stuff, and it's going to take them like 7+ business days to get back to me on that one. And so what I've got to do is I decided I'd wait a couple of those days before jumping into my next game to review. And so I took on the crazy stupid project of taking Shady's Memopoly board that she made in like Microsoft Paint, which was fucking wild. I don't know if you've seen that board yet. That she did. It's nuts. So took that board and I did it in Photoshop. Redid all the cards, the title deeds, all that stuff. So we have like a full-blown War Council gaming specific Monopoly board and game, which is going to be fire. We're going to probably play it tomorrow or Saturday. So I did that for a few days while I was waiting, haven't heard back. So now what's probably going to happen is I'll just jump into the next game, which I'm going to play Ion Fury. I'll just record the whole fucking game, and it's just going to have to be one of those things where until it's fixed or we have a solution, it's going to be old school, skimming through hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay footage for what we actually need for the review. But and so maybe what I'll do is I'll play shorter games until we have a fix and not go and play like a 70-hour fucking behemoth because Mark doesn't get paid enough to skim through that much video. So that was my week. Oh, and sat on the deck every day the last like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, we got patio furniture, so.
That's right. You know,
we've been sitting out a bit.
Somebody mentioned that you were like tweeting or whatever about talking about getting patio furniture, and I was like, man, you know we're getting fucking old when we're talking about getting patio furniture.
Yep. That's
hey.
pretty much it. And you want to know the sad part about it is, after I'm done this, I have a meeting with a sponsor, and then after that, I'm gonna go up, sit on that patio furniture, crack open a beer,
yes,
and just chill and breathe fresh air. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yes, that's what I was doing before this. We were Em and I were outside on the patio furniture, getting some vitamin D.
Yep.
And just enjoying fresh air and at least fooling our brains into thinking we aren't currently trapped in a household. Yep. That's basically the entire purpose of that.